When most people talk about visiting Asheville, North Carolina, they think about visiting the largest privately owned house in the United States, the Biltmore Estate. Built between 1889 and 1895 for George Vanderbilt, it is by far the most popular and most historic site in all of Asheville. In my second video on Asheville, we take a look at the many other historic neighborhoods and lesser-known historic sites north of Interstate 240. In our journey, we explore several different historic districts. They are the Chestnut Hill Historic District, the Manor and Cottage Historic District, Grove Park Historic District, Proximity Park Historic District, and the Montford Area Historic District. In addition, we also explore the campus of the University of North Carolina at Asheville and the historic Grove Park Inn. Chestnut Hill neighborhood initially started one block from what is now Pack Square in the downtown area, but was divided from the downtown area with the completion of Interstate 240 in the 1960s. It consists of more than 200 buildings, almost all of which were at one time residential buildings. The architecture of this historic district ranged from the local in-town vernacular of the time to sophisticated versions of the Queen Anne, Colonial Revival, and shingle styles. The significantly smaller Manor and Cottage Historic District is located just to the north of Chestnut Hill and centers around the historic manor constructed circa 1899 and its 19 summer cottages. Grove Park Historic District is a historic suburb laid out between 1908 and 1914. It contains nearly every residential architectural style of the early 20th century and fills the space in town between downtown and the Grove Park Inn. The most prominent property in the district is the William Jennings Bryan House, which is also individually listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The Grove Park Inn was constructed in 1913 and is an excellent example of the arts and crafts architectural style. Now known as the Omni Grove Park Inn, the hotel has hosted 10 U.S. presidents and offers spectacular mountain sunsets from its location high above Asheville. Proximity Park Historic District is another residential historic district, smaller in scale from the other districts, but significant nonetheless. The district was platted in 1907, before which it was a 9-hole golf course. There are two significant buildings in the district: the St. Mary's Church, a Gothic Revival church built in 1914, and the Dr. Carl V. Reynolds Home, a 1909 Southern Colonial 2-story frame house, both of which are individually listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Bounded by modern-day U.S. routes 19 and 23, Interstate 240, and Broadway Street, Montford was incorporated as an autonomous village to the north of Asheville in 1893. In 1889, the Asheville Loan Construction and Improvement Company purchased and subdivided tracts of the undeveloped land north of the Battery Park and sold lots. The district's 600 buildings were constructed between 1890 and 1920. Located in the Montford Historic District, but not included in today's drive, is the Riverside Cemetery. There are many famous burials located here, including the authors Thomas Wolfe and William Sidney Porter, better known as O. Henry. And buried here are several former North Carolina statesmen, including former North Carolina Governor and U.S. Senator Zebulon Vance, U.S. Senator Jeter Conley Pritchard, and Governor Locke Craig. During this drive, we will also drive through the campus of the University of North Carolina at Asheville. Established in 1927 as Buncombe County Junior College, UNC-A is the designated liberal arts institution of the University of North Carolina system. Today's drive starts on Interstate 240 west, just past the Bowcatcher Cut and onto the Charlotte Street exit. Turning right onto Charlotte Street, we travel north through the Chestnut Hill, Manor and Cottages, and Grove Park historic districts. We then turn left onto Edwin Place. We continue north on Edwin Place as it changes names into Kimberly Avenue. Passing the Grove Park Country Club, we turn right and head on our way up the hill to the Omni Grove Park Inn. After leaving the Grove Park Inn property, we turn right onto Macon Avenue, passing through the Proximity Park Historic District on Edgemont Road. Now on Evelyn Place, we travel west on Coleman Avenue and then right onto Merrimon Avenue. After a block or two, we turn left onto W.T. Weaver Boulevard and then onto University Heights and the campus of UNC-Asheville. Once again on W.T. Weaver Boulevard, we briefly turn onto Broadway Street and then onto Zillicoa Street, where we enter the Montford Area Historic District and the site of the former Highland Hospital, where a fire in 1948 killed Zelda Fitzgerald, the wife of author F. Scott Fitzgerald. Our final local street is Montford Avenue, on which we head south until we once again find ourselves westbound on Interstate 240. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications, but most importantly, enjoy the ride.